Hello and welcome to the Hanniballshow, and we're not playing any games today, and we are on my kitchen. So yeah, today we are going to make Hannibal, also known as beer. Let me show you what we're gonna make. This lager. It gives like 40 pints or 23 liters of beer when it's done. I don't know if I'm gonna wait until it's completely done, but you have probably seen me drink this before if you have watched my live streams. So yeah, let me just give you a little tour here. First of all, we need, well, one of those guys, about 40 liters, I guess it is. No, it's actually 26 liters. Yeah. You also need a lid with one of those guys in. I don't know what it is, but it's to keep pressure, I guess. So we're gonna fill it up with water, and it will bring the pressure up here, and well, it will be some bubbling sounds, I guess. So the first thing we're gonna do, if you buy one of these, they are real cheap. I think you can find them everywhere. But first we need to get the lid up, and we get some aid here. There we go. So inside the lid you will find a little silver packet, and this is yeast, which you can or definitely need. We need something else. Let me just get the lid, because the recipe is kinda... This actually is written in Norwegian for... Alright. So this is the recipe. It's on the lid. And, well, the only thing you need is one of those guys and some sugar. And yes, we have sugar, so it shouldn't be any problem. I think you only need 1 kilo. Let me read up on this. Yeah, it's important that you clean your tools or whatever properly. I have some special washing conditions that I use. You should also clean your bottles. So we need to empty the box. Let me see here. I think we actually need 2 kilos of sugar. 10 boxes in Holly. Yeah, it's covered. Is it? Kilo. This must be this one, I think. Beer making kit. Just sugar and water. Yeah. So they say we should, and the reason for this, we don't actually need to cook up 3 liters of water, but the reason is because, let's see if we have a, I think that is only 2 liters. So let's put the oven on max. Alright, so we need 3 liters. And let's get something to measure up in. So I guess a little bit more. 1 liter in the pot. Two liter in the tap. And there we go, the 3rd liter. So yeah, well, that is cooking off. Let's read onwards on this. So this must be there. Oh yeah, but I think we should put this also in. They have written it so strange. I also, when I remember first time I made it, I kind of got an extra liter of water in it because they have written it so stupid. But let me just read this and I'll be back. So now it is time for us to open the box. If we could find a box opener. There we go. So let's see if we can open it. I don't know if it's in view or not. Maybe not, if it's not in view. Let us turn the camera a little bit this way, perhaps. And we could open it here. Let's remove this big balloon here. Alright, so we're going to open this. And this is really sticky. It really is. So let's just open it. Oh gosh, it's so disgustingly sticky. There we go. Just put that away. And we probably need a spoon of some sort to get this out. We're going to pour this into the boiling water. We're going to get as much as we can out of this. Let's see here. It is really sticky. I don't know if you can see how sticky it is, but well, we kind of want to get as much as possible in here. So let's just try to get some water on the spoon. Maybe it will be easier to get the rest of it. We do want to have as much of this as possible with us. If you have like, I don't know what the tool is named in English, but it is like a white thing you can scratch out the last pieces of stuff. We should also put the sugar in the barrel here. So this is 1 kilo of sugar. It's not as bad as it is with wine, because if you have wine in, all of you in here, if you're making wine, wine requires a lot more sugar. And let's see if we can get I have a special brew tool that I use. It's a big fork, but it looks cool. Actually, it was a friend of mine, I think, who made it for me. Or if he bought it when he was out traveling. But anyway, so we're gonna stir this up a little bit. We do want the sugar to dissolve, so it's kind of like, what do we call it? Not licorice, but it's almost floaty, so you can't like feel the sugar in the pot. Because when you stir the pot, we have like you could probably hear the sugar scratching against the pot here. So yeah, it will take a while because it's a big boil. It's a big pot we're cooking in, so it will take a little while. But now this is cooking up, we have to do one more thing. We need a half a liter of water, and it needs to be body temperature because of the yeast. And a good way to test it, put your finger in it. If you kind of can't feel any difference between the finger and the water, then it is, well, body temperature. So let's open the yeast. Come on. There we go. So we're gonna dissolve the yeast in this water. go. Just grab a fork or something and just mix it in the water. It doesn't look very good actually, but it does work. It does do the job I kind of want to say. So that is actually what will give the sugar or the alcohol, the yeast and the sugar. It will also give bubbles, which first time I made beer I kind of was a little bit afraid that I wasn't going to have any fuzz in my beer. But I just let it stay and rest a while longer than I usually do. So, or since it wasn't the first time, it wasn't usually, but I think it was because I made it cold. It was stored in a little bit cold area, so it wasn't very good for the yeast. So I put it on a warmer place, and then, well, the yeast actually sprung to life again and did its job. So let's see here. There we go. Let's see how the sugar feels. There is still a little bit of sugar that needs to be dissolved. So yeah, let's put the yeast away. And I'll be back when this is properly boiled and we cannot feel the sugar anymore. Alright, so the thing here in the kiln here is complete. So this is the batch that we are pouring into the big balloon, as it's called. So let's remove the lid. And we're just gonna pour this straight in here. Hopefully we won't burn or get any damage. So there we go, everything is out. We can still use this cleaning thing here. So now we need to find out how much water we're gonna add. It was kind of stupid that I used this beacon here for the yeast, because now we need to fill it with water. And I don't have two of them. So what are we gonna do? I think I know. Just give me 1 second here. We're gonna use another cup. We should actually not mess too much with this, but there we go. So that could stay there for about 15 minutes, I guess. So we need now to add 22.5 liters of water. And remember, we need to have it room temperature so that you can see it steaming. So let's start counting. 1 liter of water. And last cup is just a half liter, because the rest of the half is the yeast mixture that we made. So I have tried to balance the temperature out, so it should be about room temperature. So we're gonna stir the balloon a little bit. So nothing will happen here until we add the yeast. So let me just let this cool down a little bit. Let's probably just be in here for now. And yeah, I'll be back when we have the correct temperature, which should be about 20, let's see here, 22 degrees, I guess. Yeah, 18 to 23 degrees, so a little bit colder than your skin. So yeah, I'll be back. Alright, it has reached the correct temperature. So here is the yeast mixture that we have made. So we're just gonna pour this in here as well. This is really easy. I mean, I don't get it why they are charging us so much on the local pubs for beer. I kind of just get a little water here just to get the last of the yeast, because the yeast is actually the thing that gives alcohol. So there we go. So now it's very important that you stir this thing good, because we want the yeast and the sugar and all that goodies to connect properly. So I'm gonna stir it very good up here. Before we put the lock or the lid back on. Alright, I think we are done, so we'll just put that one in here. And now for the fun part. This little thing here, you could you could remove it. Or you should be able to remove it. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. So this little thing here, you could fill it up with water until this line here. So you just remove the top lid like this, and just fill in a little bit of water. I have actually heard that you can use liquor in here instead, just because of the flavor. So now we're gonna attach the lid and make sure that it's very properly sealed. I think this is well enough, and we're just gonna stick this back in. There we go. And eventually, when the alcohol is starting to get made, it will build pressure in here, and the pressure will come up here, go down in here, and instead of just letting it out, it will just be pressed back down with the water. So yeah, it's gonna stay like this for, well, about 8 to 10 days, I guess. You should probably stir it or shake the entire balloon a couple times. It says, let's see here, does it say here? No, I don't think it says that. Yeah, but yeah, shake the, if you are strong enough, pick up the entire balloon, shake it a little bit each day, except for the last day when you are going to put the beer in bottles, because there will be some disgusting yeast all the way at the bottom, which we don't want to have in our bottles. Other than that, I think we we're done. The only thing that we need to fix now is washing up the cooks and pans and the tools we used. So yeah, I guess this is Hannibal making honey brew. Take care and keep smiling. One more thing before we log out, which is probably a little bit important. This should not stay in direct sunlight, because that is not good for the process of making beer. So cover it up with a blanket. If you have like windows like I do, that is kind of straight, shines sunlight straight at the balloon. So cover it up with a blanket or a towel or something like that. Also, it will preserve the heat much better if you're living in a little bit colder environments like Norway, for example. So yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, keep smiling.